There is a look at the sign of a very, very impressive Wilton Mill circuit. Cole Denham and Oliver Majewski will start on row number 1. Jacob Ashcroft and Finley Lines go from row number 2. Max Endicott and Hugh Roche will start from row number 3. Then it's Thomas Hill, Oliver Meek, Jaden Sherwood and Will Green, Rory Armstrong and Kai Clark round out the top 6 row. Charles Keightley and Eva Morris are next. Blair Smith and Albert Friend on P16. Kevin Kielbasa and Isaac Barker start from the 9th row. Then it is Charlie King and Cooper Sned and Joshua Griffin and Max Fallon, Isabella Stansmore Wilson and John Richardson. Followed by Ellis Bell, Ella Lucia, Thomas Butcher, Max Wheatley, Stanley Clark and Daniel Minto. That's your top 30. The final 2 rows of the grid, Charlie Wolfett, Ethan Griffiths, Archie Lovett and Tom Reed. So obviously issues for Wolfett at the start of last final. He is starting down at the back, so is Ethan Griffiths. Watch also for the likes of Ellis Bell in the number 46 kart, privateer driver, but 3rd fastest in qualifying. Albert Friend, number 91 for Strawberry Racing, starting 16th. He has got the pace to come through and challenge for honours, as does the likes of Charles Keightley for KR Sport, starting just in front of Albert Friend. But they've all got to catch the reigning Honda Cadet British champion Cole Denham and the reigning Minimax Winter Cup champion Jacob Ashcroft. Oliver Majewski on the outside of row number 1, but he is surrounded by Dan Holland racing karts. What will happen? Lights are out. We're off and racing. It's a good start from Denham, who gets sideways through oblivion on the opening lap. Does that open the door for Ashcroft? Ashcroft looking, Denham defends. Here comes Majewski around the outside. In the middle of the pack there, concertina under braking, but all 34 drivers are safely through Christmas Corner for the first time across Inkermans. Down to Ashby's now, hard on the brakes. Out of Ashby's, up towards Chapman's now. They turn left, downhill towards Oisier's. Late apex, cut the exit of the corner across, so they get onto the back straight. Now set themselves up for this boot 1 and then a double right-hander at boot 2 and 3. Down the hill, pick your mark, flat out. Very, very brave. The final corner, pits bends on the rumble strips, and that is the opening lap in the books. Anthony Jordan with Cole Denham leading, Jacob Ashcroft and Oliver Majewski chasing.
Yes, indeed. Really good start then. Breakaway for the top 3. They'll be liking that one. Is down the inside there. Nice little move from Thomas Hill. Hugh Roach, sorry, on Thomas Hill, I should say. These top 3 going to have to be careful now. They're starting to look like they're already wanting to start scrapping. Finley Lines is there in P4. He'll be happy to pick up the pieces of whatever happens with these top 3. But the 2 DHR teammates leading the way, Denham and Ashcroft. Majewski skills there in tow for KR Sport. The Polish driver working well here in P3. He's had a brilliant weekend so far, but he's going to have to be careful. Like I say, that group behind looking very, very strong as they close in just behind.
Out of pits bend to complete lap number 2. Ashcroft with the fastest lap of the race, trying to push his teammate away. Majewski hanging on. It's down to the rest of the field now to work together to catch these top 2, although Denham driving a little bit defensively. That's going to slow them down. Look for that bright line. Is that Ellis? No, it wasn't. It was the number 94 kart of Kevin Kielbasa.
That's a disaster for Kielbasa. He won't like that one bit.
I believe that Kielbasa is Polish for sausage.
Is it?
Yes.
I will Google Translate that.
Oh, and you don't need to Google Translate that, because that was contact going into Ogiers between a couple of Tony karts and possibly an Argenti kart a little bit further back. Couldn't quite see who that was, but they all managed to continue, and you can see now that gap is closing. Finley Lines, that bright lime green and orange crash helmet of Finley Lines, fastest lap of the race. Did so well. Leading rookie in Honda Cadet last year, Finley Lines. Finishing top 5 of the championship, I believe. Top 6 maybe. I will double check that. He is in kart number 81, and the answer is he was 6th for the Zip team last year.
Yeah.
Moving over to Dan Holland this season. And he's closing in on the top 4, being chased along by Max Endicott for Argenti Motorsport. Then it's Majewski's teammate Hugh Roche for KR Sport Team. Then that Zip Kart of
Thomas Hill.
Thomas Hill, Kai Clark, Will Green, Albert Friend up into 10th position. And look, let's wait for them to cross the line. Look for the Tony Kart. There is Albert Friend cross the line now. And he has got a big gap behind him as Albert Friend. And the good news is, even though there are small gaps amongst the top 10, no huge big breakaway. It's still game on. Anyone of 10 can still win it.
Exactly that. Less than 9 minutes to go, plus that one additional lap. We're not seeing much scrapping going on here. Albert Friend, though, with the fastest lap of the race, 48.610. Like I say, he's doing well in that top 10 right now. 3.1 seconds further back from this battle here. But like you say, it's really going to be a case of who is going to go first in that top 3, really, isn't it? Again, we always see it in these lower divisions, and the younger drivers, they'll work together for the entire race, and then it will kick off at the end.
Denham defended once.
Yeah.
So Ashcroft went and Denham defended, and now Jacob Ashcroft since then hasn't tried to make a move. He's just, he thinks, okay, behind, right. I'm going to sit and wait, because obviously Cole has told me, I can tell that Cole is defending. Now what will Ashcroft do? Will he move? No, he'll still sit. But so you think, if I attack, Cole's going to defend, so I'm going to have to, whether I want to or not, I'm going to have to let Cole lead for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, Majewski's got the fastest lap of the race now, so he's got the momentum. And was that a mistake there from Denham?
It certainly wasn't the preferred line coming out of the corner. The top 9 separated by 3 seconds. Friend in 9th place. They're sort of like 3 by 3 by 3, like a bit like Noah's Ark, but with an extra one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finley Lyons has dropped back now. He's still at the front of the trio behind, but he has not been able to latch on to the back. He has fallen back into the clutches of Endicott and Hugh Roche.
Another fast lap for Albert Friend.
He's really closing that gap. 2.9 seconds now.
Yeah, it is. But of course, there's still, he's got to get, the gap to the leader is closing.
Yeah.
The amount of karts between him and the leader is staying the same.
Yeah, that stayed the same. Yes, he's closing the gap, but it's not really at a full potential right now. This is the battle for fourth place down, sorry, I should say. There's Albert Friend, who's now leading the trio just behind and through.
Ah, yes. Dispatched. He has dispatched Kai Clark and Thomas Hill.
Yes, he has. So he's now leading in that trio, and he's latching onto the back of the trio in front.
Yeah, he is closing in. So Finley Lyons there, and Finley Lyons in the 81, the 18 of Endicott, and the 70 of Roche.
So what are they going to do here? Again, it's a mental game, is karting at this sort of level, isn't it?
Well, it's mental, I know that. And there's a move. That is the number 18 kart and Max Endicott in the lead.
Now,
it's the lead of this group, 4th place.
Now, that's Endicott just thinking, right, okay, Finley, you had your turn to lead this group to try and close up. We're not catching.
I've now got to have my turn.
Yeah, let's have a go now, and you follow me. Let's see what we can do.
Is it, I mean, and the way that some karts are set up, some drivers are better at being pushers, and other drivers are better at being pushies.
Yes,
Endicott has been the pusher, now he's going to be the pushy. Is that the lead battle? Game on, ring the dinner bell, 5 minutes to go, and Denham still has the lead, side by side the second. Majewski's got to get back in line. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. And look at Albert Friends, they're chasing 3, and now they're chasing 4.
They are indeed, Denham now breaking away after that one, and you've got to be careful when you run wide out of the final corner. Yes, okay, the curb can be quite harsh, but you think, I'll avoid that, I'll go a little bit wider. There's actually a huge bump on there. I know that from my corporate days here. There is an extensive bump.
My back remembers it well.
Yes, it does indeed.
And of course, as we saw this morning, there was still some residual moisture off the side of the circuit.
Well, because the curb there, it's quite a deep groove curb, and it's like a trench. It just creates pools of water there.
Yes. Okay, here we go. But now, after that one, so Ashcroft's still in 2nd place. Will he make another move? Here's the battle of 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Friend has caught them. What does he do? Does he push, or does he have to make the move? I think with 4 karts in that lead group, he's got to pass at least one of them. Oh, there's number 26 kart. That is Ella Lucia out of the race. And it's the defence once again. Denham with 4 minutes to go defending. The gap between Majewski in 3rd and Endicott in 4th is 1.5 seconds.
Now, this group here. Oh dear. That's not gone well.
That's gone badly. The 68, the 21 of Jaden Sherwood, and the 68 of Rory Armstrong coming to grief. They get going again. Albert Friend having to Oh, he's
Wow,
Finley Lines there.
Not happy at all.
No,
there.
and look at that. Friend now passing Hugh Roche as well. So Albert Friend up into P5.
So
3.5 minutes to go.
the gap now between third and fourth, 1.7 seconds. Despite their battling, he's not managed to close that gap up, has Endicott. He might be able to close it up now, as again, defending is Denham and Ashcroft. Majewski with that normal racing line, trying to gain as much momentum as he can to try and get the overtake, but unfortunately, as they exit out of Christmas Corner, they go through what has been dubbed Christmas Day, or Boxing Day, sorry.
It's when it comes out
Christmas Corner, so
or
Boxing Day,
nice, yes.
and then into increments. So yes, it's a little bit tricky because you can't get the full switchback through that section.
Yes, no, and of course it's one of those unique corners. You're so off camber, turning
Yes.
uphill. The kart wants to just go right. You're trying to turn it left.
Left, yeah.
It's a really unique corner in British karting. Is Inkermans.
Through they go. 2.5 minutes to go, plus that one lap. Again, Denham goes defensive.
And the chasing pack close in. Majewski is spitting feathers here. He gets such a good run
Yeah, he does.
coming out of Christmas Corner because Denham's defending, but he just cannot make the move. Can he get at the inside going into Chapman's? No. And here come the cavalry.
Oh, yes.
Albert Friend, Max Endicott, and Hugh Roche. With Finley Lines, Finley Lines has dropped back now. I think that Friend put in a move on Finley Lines that forced Finley offline, and he's sort of lost a little bit of momentum now. But certainly the number 91 Strawberry Racing kart of Albert Friend, the driver that finished third in last year's Micromax Grand Finals, second in the Winter Cup in his first major race this year as a Minimax driver. Did a bit of Minimax racing last year in Europe because of the different age regulations, but Friend has got the momentum. Now, Majewski has been stuck behind the top two, and his pace has leveled out. Now he makes the move up the inside of Ashcroft.
Now look at Albert Friend here come through. Is he actually going to go for the lead of this one? No, he tries to go for second, has to settle for third, but Albert Friend now defending third and holds on to it. Wow, wow, wow. Where did Albert Friend come from in this race?
The answer is grid 16, Anthony. Or in layman's terms, quite a way back. Yes. But again, has his momentum going to stall out?
I don't think it has.
This is the problem. Well, I mean, he certainly made the one move. Now he's got to get to Majewski and go quickly. A driver catching a group, he's got to kind of make the moves quickly, or else his momentum stalls out. We've got 1 minute, 10 seconds, plus 1 lap to go. Cole Denham, the master, the Secretary of Defence here at the moment, into Ashby's, up the hill towards Chapman's. Now, down towards Ogier's, with Majewski making a move, and finally, Denham's defences are broken, and that's going to cost him second, and it's going to cost him third. Oh, he almost forced his teammate onto the grass. Oh, Friend on Majewski, this is going to go wrong. Who's going to merge him? Is Denham going to retake the lead? Yes, he is. I don't, Adam and Eve it.
What? Whoa. Okay, well, I wish we had replays of this one because I missed all of that.
Well, lots of people made, like Majewski made a very forceful move. Friend made a very forceful move. Majewski led briefly. Friend led for about 12 yards. And Denham, who I thought was going to lose it all because he had been forced wide, suddenly emerged. It comes back. Cole Denham has the innate ability to do this. He can not be there, and then when it comes crunch time, he finds a way to get back to the front. He only lost the lead for a couple of corners.
Yeah.
But it looked a lap ago at this point in the track, it was game over for him because he was getting involved with his own teammate, losing loads of ground, and suddenly, like the Red Sea, the way opened and he went through. The last lap board, the last lap of the 2023 Rotax O-plate begins now with Scotland's Cole Denham leading, Hugh Roche in second place, Albert Friend in third. Hugh Roche hasn't led a lap of the weekend so far. You only need to lead the last lap. You only need to lead the last metre of the last lap to become the British Open champion. Hugh Roche, this is time now. They're squabbling over the minor places. Up at the front, Hugh Roche. It is now or never, young man. Denham takes a long, hard look at him. He thinks number 70. Who's that? One opportunity left, and Hugh Roche is not close enough. It is going to be Cole Denham. Scotland have a British Open champion. His name is Cole Denham. KR Sport fill out the podium with Hugh Roche and Oliver Majewski. Albert Friend finishes in fourth position. Both Majewski and Friend led very briefly in that race. Clark is fifth. Kai Clark finishing fifth. Then it's Endicott. Ashcroft. Oh, commiseration, Jacob Ashcroft there. Well, you know, just because they're in the same team doesn't mean that you have to sort of let the other driver go, so to speak. Ashcroft will be aggrieved at missing out on a potential victory there. Charles Keightley comes home in 8th position. Finlay Lines, 9th, and Thomas Hill rounding out the top 10. Will Green, Charlie Wolfett, Archie Lovett, and there's Hugh Roche taking the plaudits, finishing in second. He looks very happy with that. Ellis Bell, well, I've got to say, you know, he finishes 14th as the leading privateer. Oliver Meek 15th, then Charlie King. Ethan Griffiths from 32nd to 17th. Daniel Minto from 30th to 18th. Then Blair Smith, Eva Morris, that's your top 20. John Richardson, Tom Reed, Rory Armstrong, Max Fallon, Jaden Sherwood, Kevin Kilbasa, Thomas Butcher, Cooper Snedden, Stanley Clark, Isabella Stansmore Wilson, Max Wheatley and Isaac Barker are the 33 drivers that finished that race. Sadly, Ella Lucia failed to finish. Oh, and there is a nose cone penalty for Scotland's Blair Smith, but he's thinking, well, he only finished 19th. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Here's a good look, a final look at the rundown. Cole Denham, Scotland's Cole Denham, takes the, well, it's his first season in Minimax and his first major Motorsport UK event, and he becomes the British Open champion. That is no mean feat whatsoever. And again, look at that. Dan Holland Racing, 4 karts in the top 10, and 3 of those 4 all showed race-winning pace in that one. I think it's safe to say, I mean, Kai Clark, he finishes 5th, but that was, you know, stealth more than anything else. KR Sport also 3 karts in the top 10. Strawberry Racing, Argenti Motorsport, and the Zip Factory team in the top 10, courtesy of Thomas Hill. Thomas, he got lucky tyre gamble, took a win yesterday, but then it was showed that when it comes to the sharp end, he does belong near the front. He didn't lose his head and drop back down the order. He kept it there. Well done to Luke Hines, Roger Pitchford, and the rest of the team for getting a top 10 result for the Zip Factory team as they move into Rotax for pretty much the first time. There's a look at some of the drivers further down the order. It's 27 races. What a weekend it has been. What a day it's been. Thank you so much for joining us here online. Anthony Jordan is going to be interviewing the winners, and I might even make my way up to the pit lane area as well while he does that. But it's Cole Denham, our provisional winners. Well, our provisional champions, we've had Kai Hunter, we've had a provisional champion Ethan Jeff Hall. We have had in Micromax, but we'll get to that later. Oliver Spencer, and now Cole Denham. So Anthony Jordan, I'm sure, has got a very happy young Scotsman in the pits with him now.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, down in the winner's circle, and count them here. 3rd place is here, 1st place is here, but 2nd place, if you turn that camera, is still on the weighbridge. Hugh Roche, eyes of emotion here. He's talking with the scrutineers. I think he's underweight here. I don't think the karts meet. I don't think it's meet the minimum weight, and a lot of emotion on KR Sports. Hugh Roche, it's come back off the scale. I'm not sure if it's on it. He's going to give it another go, but drama there for 2nd. I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean that Albert Friend comes through into P3 now? But I think they're going to try and zero it in again once again. But let's chat to our race winner, Cole Denham. Cole, you're standing here right next to me. Mate, what a race that was. The O-plate, you've taken it in Minimax. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, what a race that was. Can you talk us through some of the best bits from it?
Well, the last lappers,
You're right, mate.
very good, and I just came out top.
It's all right, you won it though.
Yeah,
Are they tears of joy?
yeah.
Mate, congratulations, well done. You're British Open champion, mate. Well done. I'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you.
Mate, Cole Denham, mate. Oh, you're going to make me tear up. God, crikey, no. No, I won't do that. Second place, so they're still trying to figure it out on this one. Paul Klassen, I think they're zeroing it in, but so Hiroch is there. Majewski is just consoling him here now. So we've got tears of joy, tears of sadness here at the end of this final. And yeah, it's Ethan Griffiths coming for a chat, but let me see if I can have a quick chat with Oliver Majewski. Oliver, third place in that one. Firstly, tough race.
Oh yeah, very tough. I got into first at one point, but then I got overtaken again. It was constant overtaking. It was a great experience.
Great experience indeed. I mean, it was a busy old grid, lots of drivers out there, but the start of that one, pretty interesting start to that race, wasn't it?
Yeah. So at the start, I got into third and just pushed Cole and Jacob the whole way until there was like 3 minutes to go. Then that's when everything started happening, overtaking.
Well, congratulations, though, on P3. Not sure if that's going to be changing at all because, of course, there's still some talk going on here, but congratulations on that one. A brilliant result for you.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff there for Majewski. And again, yeah, drama down here in the pit lane. The karts come off the scales, and I think it was another shake of the heads, and I don't think second place is going towards Hugh Roach here, and that is an absolute disaster. If that is the case, I am not too sure whether or not it is. That would mean then that Albert friend would come through to take third, if that is the case. I've got Henry Burdett down here. Henry, I'm trying to ascertain what's actually going on down here. Have you managed to figure anything out?
Oh, so the rules are, when it comes to the way bridge, you obviously go onto it first. You're allowed 2 opportunities to get the kart weighed. If the kart's still underweight, the scrutineer is allowed to permit you to go back off the scale and then let everyone else go through, and you then the last kart to try and get there. And you can see the scrutineer, you can see Technical Chief Paul Klassen talking to the driver. If the third time the kart is still underweight, that's it. Exclusion. Yeah. So the driver who finished in 4th position, who was taken down there, will now be promoted up to 3rd. They'll move the kart up here into the top 3 area. But as you can see, you know, the racing is ultra professional. These are young athletes. They're still school kids in Minimax. This is the British Open Championship being broadcast on YouTube all over the world. Thousands upon thousands of people watching, and yeah, the emotion of what is a kid comes through in the end. And of course, the officials speak them really nicely. Paul Klass and the rest of the team here, they got a really nice way of, you know, letting the heartbreak. I mean, Hugh Roche, he drove so well. Suddenly to come second and then to have it taken away like that is heartbreaking. But that's the way it is. So unfortunately, not everyone's a winner.
Yeah, that is the case, and that was the case in junior as well. I discovered on my way up that that 5-second time penalty did go out to Ethan Jeff Hall as well. Yep. That promoted then Macaulay Bishop to O-plate champion.
Yep, and as I spoke to Macaulay, and I'll let the secret out now, Macaulay was running up there because he'd forgotten to write his mum a Mother's Day card, and his mum was on the step of the motorhome, and he had to rush down to the Dan Holland workshop to quickly scribble a Mother's Day card. Happy Mother's Day, Mum. Happy Mother's Day to all the karting mums out there who sacrifice everything, you know, to follow their kids around. And then generally the dads do the mechanicking, and then the mums have to then deal with the argumentative between child and dad. You know, when things go wrong, and keep everything calm and what have you. So happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there. And let's have a little look here. So I don't know who is going to be promoted to 3rd place now. I think it was Albert Friend finished 4th on the road. but there may be an issue with that. So what we say is provisional. Obviously, the podiums are going to be televised. They'll be added onto the YouTube clips later on. That will happen there. So again, but what a way to start the year.
Yeah, certainly an exciting way to start the year. If that's any really show of what we're expecting for the rest of the season, I suspect you need to subscribe to either Motorsport UK, Alpha Live, or to even both, to make sure you don't miss any of the British Kart Championship for the rest of this season.
No, thank you very much for joining us. The British Championship main, that gets underway at the end of April. Got 11 events this year. You'll be joining myself, Anthony, and a couple of guest commentators as well during the course of the season. A huge thank you to Wera Tools for all their support for the teams, the drivers, the families. It has been a great way to start 2023. Good to be back with you, Anthony.
Yeah.
We'll see you very soon. Thank you very much. So we'll now get underway with the Minimax podium at the 2023 Motorsport UK British Open Championship for the Rotax classes. The first event we have seen in the UK for the new 950mm chassis, and 43 entries. Looks like it's going to be a really successful season for the class. We'll start off with the leading privateer award. Now, this driver qualified third overall. A bit of misfortune in one of his heat races. Came back really well to finish in the top 12. All the way from Scotland, it's Ellis Bell. Ellis also took my job hosting the Paddock Show last night and understandably did a far better job than me, and that's not hard. Ellis gets the Best Privateer Award. We now move on to the top three. Finishing in third place, representing Dan Holland Racing, it's Kai Clark. So again, 2 O-plate titles and a host of other podiums for the Dan Holland Racing team. But second place, finishing in P2, eventually just 0.12 of a second behind the winner after starting all the way back in 16th. For Strawberry Racing, it's Albert Friend. So Albie takes second position, but your 2023 British Open champion, representing KR Sport, along with his winning mechanic, who's also his dad, Chris, it's Oliver Majewski. But what we do know, just taking a snapshot of this podium, the whole season is going to be a great fight between the real powerhouses in our sport, Strawberry, KR Sport, Dan Holland Racing, and some excellent privateers, as well as a host of other teams. Well done. And even Frodo, the winning dog, trying to get in on the action. But to hand over the British Open title trophy, Tina Shield from Jag, ladies and gentlemen. So there is the official trophy the Perpetual Trophy. And again, a short engine for Oliver, £300 voucher for Albert, and £150 voucher for Kai, and a pot for Ellis. Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, your Minimax podium.